All right. It's beautiful 77 degrees. It is 7:45 on a Tuesday. I'm sorry, a Saturday morning. Trying out this new DJI Mic2. It's clipped onto my jersey right at my neck, so we'll see how it goes. A little bit different route today. I'll have the sun at my back for the first half and be riding into it in the second half. We're riding to Groveland through downtown Clermont. And I'm hoping there's no 5K triathlon, something going on down there. Saturday morning, holiday weekend. Could be, but I looked 2 or 3 times over the last couple of days and I didn't see any events, so I just have a sneaky suspicion. Oops. All right, gonna climb this hill. This hill is much more fun coming down than going up, but you get some speed. What a way to warm up for the ride, huh? Climb this bad boy. Drop it down. Go ahead and wear my legs out. And it's the hill that never ends. Oh. I'm probably breathing like a herd of elephants, running away from a pack of mice. Hey, we made it. Good job. All right, now we can get on with the rest of the ride. Everyone's looking at me like, wow, dude, got a late start, huh? Nope. My ride is not late, nor is it early. It is precisely when I can motivate myself to get out of bed and get changed. and decided to come out here and sweat for an hour and a half. But the exercise from the heart is very needed. All right. One mile to this here little buzzer. I'm gonna turn on some audiobook and I'll point out some key points of interest as we pass it. But for the most part, I'm gonna be kind of quiet today. I'm tired. Ooh, looks like it might be busy coming up. I just realized I forgot to turn on my tail light. Even though it's a nice bright morning, I always ride with my lights on, blinking, so people can see me. I'll stop up here, turn it on real quick. Up here in the shade, here we go. Oh yeah, top of this hill. That'll work, perfect. All right, bright, medium, low, blinky, blinky. If you noticed yesterday, that Ride 4 video, I stopped. I didn't say anything, but that's what I was doing. I realized after I got on the road, my lights weren't on. Morning. All right. That's a sketchy intersection there too. When you're driving that way, you got a big blind spot. You can't see the bike trail. And people roll through it a lot. I have seen emergency vehicles there and a guy on the side of the road before off of his bike. So don't know what happened, but I always be cautious there. overly cautious. A lot of snails on the trail this morning. Morning. Now I'm riding parallel to Old 50 right here. Coming to Trailhead Park in Minneola. You'll see a little pavilion in the trail up ahead. That's Trailhead Park's bike path pavilion. Morning. I haven't come this way a lot in the last 4 or 5 months, mostly because the ride to Winter Garden is usually, I don't know, it's more to look at. Once we get through downtown Clermont, there's a park on the other side called Hiawatha Park. It's a state park. But once you get past that, I feel like I'm out in the country. There's nothing to look at but houses with big yards like I don't have, and there's a golf course out there I ride next to. Played out there before, it is rough. Anyway, this is Trailhead Park Pavilion in Minneola, Florida. Morning. This chunk of shade is nice and cool. Got to turn my audio on here. There we go. It says I'm 2.5 miles, 2.49 miles, 2.50 in. So if you're following along, I don't know where you're at, but that's where I'm at. You know, Monday's Labor Day, it's a holiday. Maybe any races or events will be on Monday, and I might get lucky. So I'm riding underneath Highway 27 right here. There's a little pull-up bar station, little monkey bars, parallel bars. All right, I'm gonna be quiet again. Let's enjoy the scenery. Blind corner here. Okay, good. My speaking volume is just a normal, comfortable volume. And I got my dead cat on the mic with noise reduction turned on. I'm curious to see how well it kills the wind and picks up my voice. But there should be zero road noise. because my mic is not mounted to my frame like my camera is. Clermont Police. This is Waterfront Park in Clermont on Lake Minneola. This is ahead is where they set up for and host a lot of 5K triathlon events. I don't see any stuff up, so good. Usually a lot of foot traffic right here though. Reminds me of the bayou in Northwest Florida. About 4.34 miles. All right. Those guys in the safety vest are carrying the turnaround point. For people either running, racing, or practicing. There's a lot of clubs that meet up here to practice on the weekends. maybe I'm not in their way this time. This is the Salt Shack right here in downtown Clermont. Epic Cycles and Energy Labs Cafe on the left, the bike shop and cafe. Ooh, I hit a rock. Kicked my back tire out. So it happens watching the trail instead of watching the people. Reason number two why I don't usually come here on Saturday mornings. Between here and Hiawatha State Park, this is where they like to practice. And looks like there's going to be a lot of people. So I'll make sure my speed is moderate. Hand on the brake at all times. Five miles in. All right, I'm gonna pick up the pace a little bit since I'm out of the traffic. They are having a race or practice or warm up or something. I always hate when I have to blow through their line here and slow down. Thank y'all.
Drop in the chute.
It's all good. It's all good. They're out there yelling, bike, bike, bike. I got to see what group does that because they take pictures of me every single time I come through, like repeat offender, repeat offender. Got to watch this guy. They're like, oh, here's that cyclist who always rides to our finish line. Oop, on your left. Thank you, sir. All right. This is Hiawatha State Park. It has 2 dog parks, kids play area, a ton of Spanish moss. We just hit 6 miles. Also has a big disc golf course. Excuse me. Now, when I ride to Winter Garden, it's an exact like 9.0 miles to the fountain where I turn around. Here, the trail actually ends or begins, whichever way you want to look at it, in Groveland. Hey, good morning. And it's like 8.79, 8.8 miles. So on the way back, I will ride through the Hiawatha parking lot just to make up some of that. And then I will take a small detour in the neighborhood at the end or the beginning. Been going for 28 minutes. And this is the part that I don't like. So 2.5, 5. We got 5 miles of very rural, not much to look at. So I apologize. But we can muscle through it together. All right, clear on the left, clear on the right. And we're in Groveland now. I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore, Toto. On the left, we have Traveling Trees Garden Center. They sell a lot of sod, plants, flowers, shrubs. Morning. Got a headwind right here. That's good. That means when I'm back riding into the sun, I got a tailwind. So it'll feel hotter, but be easier. All right, on the right here is another nursery. $10. They sell magnolias, but what they do sell that most people get there is the podocarpus plant. You see those all over Central Florida, maybe up there in Northwest Florida, or up near Tallahassee, Jacksonville as well. But down here, you see them all over the place. They generally line fence lines. They grow kind of thick. But you can trim them to be 4 foot, 5 foot, 6 foot tall. And they kind of get trained. The more you trim them, they just kind of get trained and they will fill in. And if you go to Home Depot, if you go to Lowe's, you're going to pay $40 for each plant. They sell them for $10 a plant. And they're young, maybe almost juvenile, but they're strong, they're resilient, they grow very well. And that's it to the golf course. I'll check it back in with y'all when I get over there. All right, Kroger. Hey, thank you. He's getting paid by the hour. He's like, I'll stop. Go ahead, man. All right, I'll take it. Like I said, I look like a blueberry riding a toothpick out here. From the back and the front, I imagine. What the heck is this, a goat? Oh, that's the first. Y'all be good, boys, be good. Like Prepotente, ah! Screaming goat. Ah! I love those videos. All right, you can't really see it, but on the left over here, it's a golf course. There's a little golf cart out there. Can't remember. Green Acres or something like that? Green? I don't remember. Oh, it's a Jehovah's Witness. Good morning. They're usually out here. Usually you see them a lot more though. Like on this one ride, I would see 4 different stations where they're passing out material, proselytizing, I guess. Passing out material, saying hello. Morning. This path back here reminds me of 9210 Brunson Road, back when great grandma and grandma and grandpa Bell lived there. It's a little bit more of the golf course on the left. I don't know if we can see it. It's kind of, yeah, you can't really see it. All those mounds, they look like the moors out in Milton. Golf course. On senior PGA finish there. Lee Trevino sank the last putt to win. I actually saw that from through the fence off the highway because as a young man, I wasn't going to pay to go inside and see the whole thing because that's just hot and it's in the sun. Morning. This is the end of the trail. Please stand by for further traffic clearance. Oh my. All right. I'm going to pause here, split the vid, and we'll catch part 2 on the way back. So I started the video, but I turned on the camera, but I forgot to start the video. That goat was eyeballing me like, I'm watching you, boy. Traveling 14.9 miles an hour. I'm about to get lapped. That's what I need, a gravel bike. Oh, thank you. Ooh, that's a big dog. He said, "Whoop, whoop, whoop." This is Hiawatha State Park. One. Here's the doggy park. Here's the other one. Seems like everybody's at this one today. Oh, they're still out here. I don't know if they were setting up or tearing down earlier. I gotta take advantage of this hill. On your left? Thank you. Ooh, that sun, man. I don't have a sun visor on my helmet. It is bright, even with my sunglasses on. This little downhill slope is always a nice return on investment. You can get your speed up going down, catch your breath on the backside. Here we go. We just passed downtown Clermont again. Now, I know we don't ride through it, but we're there. I guess maybe that's another reason why I like the Winter Garden ride, because you actually get to go through downtown. This, I don't mind the lake, but I also don't mind feeling like I'm downtown. Heading back to Waterfront Park. Whew. So Waterfront Park, little beach area. So Waterfront Park is where they shoot off the fireworks for Clermont. And oftentimes you see the trees on the left here, all the Spanish moss, these big live oak trees. Actually, they may be water oaks. I don't know. But we park in the grass here between the bike trail and the road right there to watch them. Now, last year, 2023, we got here almost an hour early to get a good spot, right? But we weren't sure where they shot the fireworks off from. Like, is it off the beach? Is it a little barge in the water? Well, after an hour of sitting here, they finally kick them off. But we can't see a daggum thing. So I had the top off the Jeep and the doors off, so we standing in the seats and we still couldn't see anything. Except for little colors and sparkles through the trees. So, good morning. We fired up the Jeep, went over to Panera, because at Panera you can see the fireworks at Magic Kingdom, Epcot. You can see some of Universal Studios. Plus, you can see everybody else who's shooting fireworks off in the neighborhoods between. Hey. And it was very cool. Hate that we missed the city fireworks, but I think it was a decent trade-off. And that's Lake Minneola. We're getting back into the meh part of the trip when you're here. Ooh, my back tire is bent. Daggone. I need to take it to the morning. I need to take it to the shop. I guess I'll get home, get cleaned up, loaded up. Probably that rock I hit. So I'm not going to push it too hard. Because I don't want to, thought I was feeling wobbly. I don't want to cause any other injury or damage or anything. Let me look down here. Oh yeah. Well, let's slow it down. I'm not trying to break any records today. I'm not worried about the extra half mile. I guess this is reason number 3 to ride to Winter Garden and back. No, I've been riding for 18 months pretty consistently. trying to get at least one, if not 2 or 3 rides a weekend. When I first started, I was doing 3 rides a weekend. I didn't ride in the winter. I didn't want to buy winter clothes. Not down for riding when it's stinging cold. Morning. So I'll take it to the bike shop, leave it with them, let them fix it. Oh, maybe there's just a couple of spokes broken or something, but sure is a beautiful day. Oh, the shade. It's a nice, wet, damp breeze. The kind you get when you step onto the monorail at the end of the night with 500 other people and you're trying to keep your nose out of someone else's sweaty armpit. That kind of damp. Like I said, I'm not gonna try to make up the extra 0.6 of a mile or 0.6 miles today. I want to get this bike home, get it looked at.
Almost there.
Thank you. She said, almost there. Probably if I was more experienced, I'd pull over, check the rim, make sure it's not in danger of breaking anytime soon. But I also know I've had constant pressure on it for the last Well, since I hit that, what, 7 miles ago? So, other than that first couple hundred feet, we're at 16:05. I know I got a good mile back, mile and a half. So, we just pray the Lord and angels keep this wheel together till I get home. Morning. Whew. This guy hit the crosswalk. Let me get up here. All right. Anybody else's legs tired? Or is it just me? My favorite part of this whole ride I can't do because of that rim, but got this big old hill coming up and I love hitting it as hard and fast as I can and just coasting down it. But with the Mr. Wobble on the back, wobble, wobble, wobble. Wobble, wobble, wobble. I don't want to go all out. But the speed sign tells you current speed. I've had that up over 30 at the point where it tags me. And I'm just going to coast from here. Because, my goodness. Oh, there's a car behind me. I was like, hi, I'm not, there we go, 19, that's me. These balloons are balls. I guess a balloon. Pass this person here. That dog said, "Hey, I recognize you." And here's the home stretch. Emma Joe is not home. I don't know where she's at, but